Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So first, I want to thank the guys that have reached out that told me that they really enjoyed the land shark video and they liked what I did on there. And I really appreciate that, guys. I really enjoy getting those thank yous, and that really goes a long ways with me. So I've had some growing experiences with the podcast and stuff over the past few months, and it's one of those things that I really enjoy doing, and I get asked about that. Why don't I put out more video content? And I really just don't have time. Okay, and that's what it boils down to, is time. So I've got a lot going on the side that I just don't talk about through the podcast. So, anyways, that's what it comes down to: time management. So, fishing right now, not happening. It's breezy, blowing over 20 miles an hour right now. The bridges are covered up with people with tarpon fishing stuff. So it's just different right now. And you know what? I'm getting asked a lot whether I've seen this type of weather in May. Yes, I have. And I went back through my books, and honestly, it's been 4.5 to 5 years ago that we've seen this type of weather. And you know what? It lasted into June. So, and then July got really calm. So who knows what we're going to see this year. But one thing I just want to let you guys know is the last time we've seen this type of May, and with the cooler breeze and this stuff that's going on out there right now, there was some amazing dolphin fishing, like really good shit, man. We had big dolphin. It seemed to push the stream in closer. The fish were pushed more over to our side than to the Bahamas side. And it was really good. All through like the month of June, it was just like, wow. So we can't have it both ways. So just keep that in mind. We can't have it both ways. So, and even I have to like kick myself in the ass. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, and I still have to remind myself that every day. So, yes, we've seen this weather before. Yes, it goes back 4.5 to 5 years ago, and it lasted, and I've seen it where it lasted for 2 weeks, and I've had Junes that were really just a washout. So, I mean, who knows what we're going to see? And I'm thinking positive that's all going to clean up and everybody's going to get to enjoy a great summer. So that's where I'm going to leave it with that. But today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about something different. I want to talk to you guys about sharks. And I know that one of my earlier podcasts, it was back when it was pretty rough around the edges, I talked about whether sharks were a problem. And since that podcast, the shark population has really exploded. Now, there's all these theories, and I'm not going to get into them, and everybody has their own like personal opinion about sharks. I have my personal opinion about sharks too, but I'm not going to talk to you guys about my personal opinion. So today I want to talk about shark repellents, okay? It's like, guys, shark repellents going to become a multi-billion-dollar industry here pretty soon. So if you're really thinking about getting into something and you have like an in, I would suggest you like focus, especially the guys in the fishing industry that are looking to make a buck. Then I would really start looking at that personally. But that's not my gig. But I am going to give you guys some pointers for the guys that are really like ambitious about it. So there's a lot of different things on the market today. And all this stuff it goes back years, and like nothing's new, okay? It goes back like a long time, guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is dead shark repellent. And I think this goes back to Mythbusters. I mean, you can Google this episode on Mythbusters. It's called Dead Shark Essence, and the Mythbuster guys, I used to watch that show all the time, were in the Bahamas, and they were diving, and they released essence of a dead shark, and poof, all those sharks were gone. But then they came back, and then they released greater amounts, okay? So of the essence, and they stayed away. But it didn't deter the yellowtail snappers or the other fish around it, which I found was okay. There's something, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun episode. So based on that, there were lots of things that came out, and it made national news and all this other good stuff, because that was really one of the first times that it hit national media about something working. And at the time, Mythbusters was very popular. It was like, that was the thing to watch. And like I said, I watched it all the time because I'm a science geek, which leads me to why I'm talking about this today. So there's a lot of things on the market. Like I said, there's a product out there that uses like a dead shark cartilage or some sort of amino acids or shit from a dead shark, and you can buy it in a package, and then you cut it, and then you put it in a little like chum strainer, and it's supposed to work as a deterrent. Now, I know somebody that has personally been using that product, and I talked to him just yesterday because it was about a year ago he told me he started using it. So I have got a very good memory when it comes to something that I want to follow up on. So I said, I'm going to contact this individual, if we're still connected, and ask him how it's been going with this stuff. So it's been a year. It's been a little over a year. And since then, he's joined the rigging crew, and he's one of the first individuals to join the rigging crew. He listens to the podcasting. He has taken all my tips and applied them. And I have to say, as far as what I've seen from this individual, I am like super stoked, man. He's done a really good job. He's working on the consistency thing. He's trying new baits. He's really hustling, and he's really working hard. And I gotta say, it's pretty badass to see the results. So, and I'm super stoked for him, and it's awesome to have him in the group. So he contacted me yesterday. We're talking about bait and all that good shit, which we usually talk about with the guys from the group that contact me. And I was thinking, I said, okay, so I had it on my list to call him about, and I keep a list, man. I do keep a list for follow-ups, and I had it on the list to contact him about this product that he uses and I'm not going to say the name because I don't sponsor it. So, and I have never used it, so I can't give you a recommendation. That's why I'm not talking about it. So I asked him how things have been going, because it's been a year and he uses it religiously. And he said that it's been going pretty good, he said, but certain sharks have left him alone. And I said, well, how have the nurse sharks been? Well, they haven't really helped, and that's the problem that I'm having, is nurse sharks. Okay, so he told me that his last couple outings is that he's still catching the nurse sharks, and it doesn't seem to be making a difference. So what I'm thinking is that maybe he needs to use a little bit more than what they advertise and put a little bit more scent in the water to get the range out. Okay, because the further away from the boat you are, the less the scent might be delivered. Something to keep in mind. So maybe there needs to be a little bit more of this stuff, and which requires spending more money, using more at once, all that good stuff. So I don't know, but he has reported that he's had fewer bull sharks. So, but with that being said, the bull shark population, I haven't seen a lot of them, and a lot of the bull sharks have moved offshore. I believe they usually move out to the wrecks, along with the tiger sharks and all that stuff, after the yellowtail spawned out. But we are seeing a lot of duskies, man, and they're protected, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I don't like kill any sharks, so. And sandbar sharks, they're a nuisance, man. But they're highly protected as well. So there's Caribbean reef sharks. There's a lot of those, and those are protected. So, but here's the thing. Sometimes you just got to try stuff, okay? And trying something is better than nothing, okay, than feeding them. So there's, like I said, I encourage this individual in my group to continue using this stuff, and use more of it, because sometimes like you said, the sharks develop a tolerance, and it might be just the way the scent's getting distributed. Sometimes the current isn't taking it. There might be a better way to throw the stuff into the water to get it rolling. But he has reported some good results. So let's keep that in mind. So I'm not going to promote the product, but I'm not going to deter you from buying it. So the verdict's still out, in my opinion. So I'm going to encourage him to use more than just what's recommended, just to see, because the nurse sharks are actually more of a problem for me than bull sharks, to be honest with you guys. So the nurse sharks are just, they destroy your bait and all that good stuff. So what I've been doing is I'm really looking at some other things as far as deterrents go, and I really like. You guys are gonna laugh, but there's a product that I really am like, that I know, just based on scientific data, is works. I meaning that there's hope. So that product, it's called Shark Shield. Okay, the technology behind this and what they've done really does make sense. And what I really like about it is that it makes sense because of the whole principle behind it. They're using electricity. Okay, they're using electricity, and everybody's like, well, electricity attracts fish and voltage and all that stuff, because it goes back to downrigging. And the guys in the upper Midwest that salmon fish, they are in tune with their downriggers. Okay, black boxes, voltage, and the commercial fishermen are up there. They're really like, these guys have been using voltage and electricity to attract fish for many years, especially when it comes to downrigging for salmon. And the positive ion control system for the Canon downriggers, it basically relies on the same principle. It sends out electric pulses, and then there's a system where you can turn up the pulse and turn down the pulse and all this other good stuff. So it operates, I believe, on the same principle as that. The sharks are like, it basically, electricity attracts, the voltage attracts the fish, okay? But there's something that has to do with the shark itself as far as their sensors and all this shit goes. I'm not going to get into the scientific part of it, because I'll put the study in my notes so you guys can go through it and read it. And that the electric voltage like deters them, okay? And I have to tell you, I'm really like thinking about this, because it makes sense, because I religiously use downriggers. I grew up with positive ion control and black boxes salmon fishing. And you guys all know I do use electric downriggers for wahoo fishing. And I'm a big believer in that kind of stuff. And as far as electric and attracting fish, in other words, sending out a certain amount of voltage in the water and all that good stuff. I don't know. It's just the science behind fishing, and that goes back years. And yeah, there might be some voodoo to it and all that good stuff. But guys, the commercial fishermen have been doing this for years. Commercial trawlers and all that stuff. It's nothing new. It's just something that's been around. And for those guys that are really new to downrigger fishing, and sometimes I just assume everybody understands downrigger fishing and wire and all that stuff, but I can't, because it's more of a salmon fishing thing, and a lot of the commercial king fishermen do it and all that good stuff. But here's what it comes down to, okay? And this goes back to the shark shield stuff, and what I'm talking about is the shark shield uses electromagnetism to repel sharks. So it puts out a certain amount of voltage in the water, and the sharks don't like it. That's what it comes down to. And I'll put the links in the show notes so you guys, if you guys really want to dig into it, you guys can study it a little bit. I'm just a science geek. I like to read that stuff, and I actually do that stuff in my spare time when I need to relax. So that's just how I'm wired. But here's the short of it. Essentially the same as the shark shield is, and this is the concept behind it, and this is what I'm going to try with my electrical downriggers, is because I get the whole principle. And if you do have electric downriggers, I'm going to encourage it. Hey, jump in, try it. Doing something's better than nothing. So just keep this in mind. So anyways, anytime you add stainless wire, not braid, downrigger line, any of that shit, anytime you add stainless wire, good old-fashioned stainless wire, and then you have a zinc on an outboard, and then you have salt, and that creates electricity, okay? All boats have a certain amount of electricity that come off of them. And that's why you have a zinc anode that prevents electrolysis, okay? Bottom line, I know it might like be kind of mumbo jumbo shit, but listen, that's what it is. So you have stainless wire, you have salt water, and then you have a zinc, and there you go. Okay. So what that does is sends off a certain amount of electricity in the water. Okay. And is that enough to deter a shark? I don't know. I don't know, but really, I'm thinking about it, and I look at the shark shield. The principle's good. I've seen some stuff. They give you some good. They show you some really good videos as far as deterrents go. I really do believe you need a big shield with a lot of current coming out of it. I mean, not a lot. I mean, you guys get it. But now I'm looking to repel sharks that are within like 10 foot of the boat. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Mainly looking for when I'm grouper fishing, and when you're like, because I'm using 10 to 20 foot leaders when I'm grouper fishing. So if I'm using my downrigger, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I have wire on my downrigger. I'm going to put a big 10-foot lead ball, which are actually a 15-pound lead ball, and I'm going to send it all the way to the bottom. Okay, and I know it's kicking off electricity because that's what it's designed for. It's designed to set positive ion control downriggers. They're designed to emit electrical charges and attract fish. So it's not going to. It's designed to not scare off yellowtails and groupers and all that stuff. But what the shark shield's telling you is that there's something in that shark's sensory system that's going to scare him off. Might be enough time to give you a shot at a few more groupers. Is the fish gonna break that shield? I don't know. I don't know. Now it looks like Shark Shield has a product for sale for kayaks. I don't know. I'm looking for some people that have bought it. Are Have you guys had luck with it? And I need like actual not like somebody trying to sell me their shit either. So I need somebody to tell me, okay? And I'm very adamant about coming up with something. There's some things on the market I really don't want to buy. So I'm adamant about that, nor do I want to support through the podcast. But I'm curious about this product. I really am. And because the science is there with it. So I'm going to be looking into that more, and I'm going to be trying to use my downrigger as a repellent just to see. The big test for me is going to be the nurse sharks and what it does to them. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. Now, don't be going all crazy and trying to invent something that's going to kill you as far as electric shock and shit. I'm just saying, this is what I'm going to do as far as trying stuff out. What you guys do on your own, that's your own time. But honestly, I'm going to look at the black boxes as well, as far because that gives off the charge. And yeah, I'm going to use what I got. And until this, like I said, I looked at Shark Shield, and a lot of their products is still coming. I think a lot of the stuff's on Kickstarter or still in development phases. And with COVID, a lot of things are put on the back burner. But like I said, I really like that the study was funded by the University of Western Australia. And when you have data like that, then I'm like, yeah, I like that stuff. But that's where I'm at today, guys. That's all I got. It's a fun podcast. I want you guys to really, honestly, there's a lot of you guys out there, and instead of us all bitching about the sharks, I really think we all ought to start doing something on our own. I really do, instead of waiting for somebody to come up with a solution for us. So keep that in mind. That's the way I operate my business. And I just want more people to realize is that they don't have to sit back and wait for somebody to create something for you. Do it yourself. Even if it's something weird, somebody else maybe have something that they piece together in their brain that might be able to come up with something together. So I highly encourage you guys to come up with something. YouTubers out there, send out, like I said, a lot of you guys make money off catching sharks. Why don't you guys make some money off of repelling some sharks, all right? That's all I got. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram. It's goodkarmasportfishing_FL_keys. Check out my website, goodkarmasportfishing.com. Also, too, if you want to get involved with the rigging crew, I am opening up for a couple more slots. The cost is $49 a month. It's a 1 to 2 hour seminar a month with access to the private Facebook group. If you're looking to like get a few little tips and extra tips and stuff that give you a little bit of edge out there this summer, you can check out a couple of my courses too in goodkarmafishingtackle.com. Also too, I put some new products up in the store that I'm using to catch blackfin tunas and dolphin. And you can check out those. Just go to the store and go to the Wahoo Dolphin Tuna section and check those out. Also, too, if you're in the market for an electric downrigger and you want to try it, I do have those listed in my store as well. That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Repel those sharks.